What's going on, everyone? I'm glad that you're here today. So please bear with me for just a minute and let me get this off my chest because I would think that the vast majority of you guys will probably agree with me. All right, so let me say here right off the top that in my opinion, there's just way too much negativity out there, especially on YouTube, with regard to dating and women in general. I swear, like, all I see anymore in the manosphere are videos about red flag warnings, or don't date her if she's divorced, or don't date her if she's a single mom, and it's absolutely insane. Now, I'm not gonna completely crap on all these videos, right? Because there is at least a couple nuggets of value in a lot of those videos. But I feel it's gotten to the point where things are just getting way too out of control and way too negative. And also, I wanna say that if you don't wanna date, that's your decision, and I fully understand and I respect that. But also there's another side that you, coming from that viewpoint, might also want to understand and respect as well, is that making the decision to be a lifelong bachelor and not have a woman in your life isn't for everyone. And I might even say that there's probably a higher percentage of men out there, especially in this older age bracket, that do want a woman to share the rest of their life with. And if that's you, I respect that as well. All right, I really hope you'll stick around a little bit longer because I'm gonna go through a bunch of these comments that I found online that address frustrations that men are facing right now when it comes to dating, and it gets very interesting. But first, really quick, right before I go into all of these comments, I wanna talk briefly about confidence, specifically confidence in the bedroom. All right, so look, you know when you're wearing that great outfit and you've got everything dialed in and your confidence is through the roof, you know that you can walk into just about any room and know you're on your A game. But if you've been struggling with erectile dysfunction, that can take an enormous hit on your self-confidence. And that's why I'm excited once again to have Roman come on board and sponsor today's video. And if you've been around my channel for a while, you know that I'm more than just some talking head. I care about each and every one of you guys. So man to man, I want you to feel confident, and I want you to start prioritizing your health and your relationships. And if you're ready to do that, Roman has you covered. Roman offers a discreet process, start to finish, and their prescription ED treatments are safe, effective, FDA approved, and used by millions of men. And when it comes to intimacy, we all want to feel confident, but for a lot of guys, erectile dysfunction just gets in the way. ED affects people differently, but statistics show that more men experience ED than men who don't. And the stats get a lot worse as we get older. So listen, if you're ready to get your confidence back in the bedroom, just click the first link down in the description and go to ro.co/fashion. And if approved, you'll get 20% off your first order of ED treatments plus free 2-day shipping. That's ro.co/fashion, ro.co/fashion. And once again, thank you, Roman, for supporting my channel and sponsoring today's video. All right, so let's jump in here and take a look at some of these comments. But I also want to say that if you're an older gentleman, say over 40, I would encourage you to not listen to dating advice from people in their 20s. Because face it, there is a significant generation gap. And if you're mid-40s or older, you were probably brought up differently, right? Your values are different. The way you see things is different. How you interact with women is different. So unless you're maybe looking to date somebody in their 20s, I might suggest taking that dating advice with a grain of salt. All right, so let's read this first comment. It says, one of my frustrations is pacing. I never know if I'm going too fast or too slow, and I've definitely been bitten by both speeds and it sucks. What makes it more difficult is that every girl is different, so changing speeds based on a past relationship may not exactly work for the next. I want to get better at playing the game more, I guess. I don't know if it's necessarily game playing, but I think this guy speaks for a lot of us because no one's wearing a sign saying, I don't want to be touched, or I want to move slow, or I want you to move really fast. Like, we don't know, no one knows, and everyone is different. I think it's just more about trying to feel it out and taking baby steps and testing and see what they're receptive to. Okay, this next comment is from a woman. It says, yeah, I can see that. That was about another comment previous to this. But it says, as a chick, I find myself getting quite cynical with all the fuckboys and red flags. You don't want to be used or put yourself in danger, so you have to make cutthroat decisions early on. Margaret Atwood said, men are afraid that women will laugh at them, Women are afraid that men will kill them. I think that's the crux of things here. Very interesting point. So I think a lot of times men sort of lose that perspective or sort of forget to understand that women are basically what she's saying. Women are afraid that men are psychos or serial killers. You hear that all the time. But I think one of the ways around that early on in your dating or even like first date, second date scenarios is to just keep that in mind, right? And say things like, if you're comfortable with it, we can take my car, or if you're comfortable with it, I can come pick you up. Something along those lines, because that lets her know that you have her concerns in mind and you want her to be comfortable. And this next comment also touches on that sort of insecurity safety aspect. And it says, knowing that because I'm male, women might feel unsafe to varying extents, at least in the back of their minds. I don't like to feel as I'm a danger to them. This leads to anxiety on my part about whether or not, when, or how to make the moves, because I don't want her to feel unsafe, but I also want to show my affection, my confidence, and my interest. This is a big problem I'm thinking about right now. Also, it's frustrating to try to find the truly good dating advice for men and decide which are and aren't toxic. Absolutely. I mean, this is another really big issue because, of course, we want women and our dates to feel safe and comfortable around us, of course. But how do you prove that, right? You don't know each other yet. It's your first date, second date. Like, she doesn't know you yet. Again, I think it just gets back to understanding, keeping her concerns in the top of your mind, not making any crazy moves. Don't be too aggressive. Get that touch barrier, that light touch barrier out of the way soon or quickly early on in the date. But yeah, I can see where anxiety could be kind of an issue. Okay, this next one is also about whether to move too fast or too slow. And it says, yeah, I never really thought of this until now. Had one girl say that I went too fast for her, and another one saying that she was getting frustrated because of how slow I was getting around to asking her to be my girlfriend. This can definitely F people up. It absolutely can, and it absolutely does. This is a big reason why a lot of guys are just afraid to do anything. They're afraid to approach. I mean, have you seen all the Instagram reels and TikToks where guys would approach a woman and then they freak out and think that he's a creep just because he came up and tried to talk to her? Like, this is normal behavior. This is what we do. And I don't know where that changed to all of a sudden, like every guy that approaches a woman is now weird or a creep. I don't get it. Okay, this one is very interesting. It says, the sheer effort required to get even one date and the number of times that doesn't even work out are just so high that I rarely bother now. Probably something wrong with me though. Are you kidding? So this is huge. This is so huge. And another big reason why a lot of men are so depressed right now because they think there's something wrong with them. If I can't get a date, there must be something wrong with me. Or if the dates don't work out, there must be something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. Let me just say, there's nothing wrong with you. You just haven't found the right person. And I know that sounds cliche, and that's not the answer that you want to hear, but you can't beat yourself up, and you can't say there's something wrong with you, that you're not good enough to go out on a date or to find a woman or partnership or love or marriage or whatever you're looking for. That's insane, and that's sad that that's even a reality right now. I think this next comment, as a reply to the one that I just read you, gets a standing ovation. I feel you, brother. I'm sorry you're going through all that shit. Feeling like you're not worth it really effing sucks, and I can't blame you. You may hear this a lot, but it's definitely because it's true. You are worth it, no matter how much work or self-improvement you do. It's not your fault, brother, but you've been working hard, and the ups and downs are normal. God knows I've had them, but they are normal. I want you to succeed, and you're going to. No matter how old you are, you got this, homie. I don't know what more to say. I think if you're frustrated, play that again. You are worth it. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just the way things are right now. Things are changing. I mean, things have always been frustrating, right? But technology has made things even more complicated. There's more options. There's more choices. It's easy to just move on quickly and find the next option. And that's really messing up a lot of guys. Now, I think a lot of guys will probably relate to this next comment. And it says, my biggest frustration is that I don't meet a lot of people through my work and women in online dating rarely share many common interests. It's hard to find people when you don't interact much socially. Then change that. If there's any way that you can change your social patterns, join a club. Do you have a dog? Join a dog breeders club that does dog walks every Sunday. I don't know, but there's got to be some interest that you have that you can go do on Thursday night, or you can go do on the weekend, something. But you can't, in my mind, you can't sit around and wish things were different. If you want things to be different, you have to make some changes in your life. Doing more things socially is a pretty easy option, and I encourage you to give it a shot. All right, I found this next comment kind of funny, so check it out. It's the amount of work and effort that goes into courting women that they'll never understand. It's like disarming a bomb every single time. You have to cut the correct wires in order to keep them interested until the timer goes off. Cut the wrong wire, time goes down by half. Cut another major wire, boom, they ghost you and you're a ghost. This has been an issue from the beginning of time. Nobody can understand women, especially men. It is what it is, but it's only getting more and more complicated because, like I said before, technology has made everything more complicated. It has completely changed the game. Now, there were some women that were replying to some of these comments, and here's one of them. Woman here, when it comes to attraction, personality and style are more meaningful to me than actual attractiveness. The right outfit and haircut plus confidence will take you very far in my book. Not sure how other women feel. You guys, I mean, this solidifies what I've been trying to say on this channel for years. Style and your appearance, how your clothes fit, your grooming, it goes a lot deeper than you guys might think, or maybe even deeper than you might want to acknowledge. It's such a big deal. It can take you, if you think you're a 3 or a 4 on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm telling you, women value and see how put together you are over being super handsome, or how naturally, like she said, naturally attractive you are. It goes deeper than that. Okay, this comment goes back to sort of game playing. Check this out. I'm tired of the ghosting and half-assed conversations. I'll put it out there. If you like it, take a chance. If not, peace. I'm looking for someone cool and straightforward to hang with. I used to be the guy that didn't speak his mind and beat around the bush. Don't feel like doing that anymore. And playing the game is about the stupidest beat around the bush, oh my God, why are we still in middle school, bullshittiest shit I've ever encountered. I could not agree more with this guy. Unbelievable comment. Love it, love it, love it. If you're listening to people or taking advice from people who are coaching you on methods of game playing, do this, don't do that, you can't do this, you have to wait 24 hours. I could not feel any stronger against game playing. Let me just say for the record, if it's still a huge waste of time, you shouldn't have time for it. And if I sense there's any game playing coming my direction, I am out 100%. All right, gang, I really hope you enjoyed this one. And if you made it this far in the video, you are one of the true legends. And if you're still here, I want to personally invite you to a casual meetup that I'm doing on the afternoon of December 17th in Temecula, California. If you're interested in maybe hanging out for a couple hours in wine country and maybe doing a little winery hopping, please jump over and follow my Instagram and watch for further announcements over there. And I hope to see you on the 17th. And as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.